Alrighty, good morning, everybody. Let's get this camera turned. I'm really gonna mount that sign on this wall one day. Might even do that tomorrow. It sort of makes sense instead of me having to turn the camera around and everything. Good morning. Sorry I'm kind of late today, y'all folks. It was one of those mornings where I get up and get going and just couldn't make any headway this morning. So anyway, I managed to get done what I needed to get done. Well, for the most part. I managed to get food. That's the biggest thing. What I was not able to manage to do is get a new space heater, which is why I'm bundled up in here. I mentioned Wednesday. Wednesday it was really, really nice weather here. We were up to like 73 degrees freedom units, and anyway, it was an awesome day. The sun was out, blah blah blah. Still kind of chilly here in the shop, so I decided to cut the space heater on for a little bit and just to knock the chill out of the air in the shop. And something went tunk, and whenever you hear that tunk sound, is not good, especially out of a device that has very few moving parts. So yeah, the space heater has died. So I said, well, that's a simple fix. I'll go Saturday morning to Walmart and pick one up. So I go this morning on Saturday to Walmart, and they have no space heaters. They have plenty of air conditioners, but they have no space heaters. So it is. So I go to Lowe's Hardware, and they have no space heaters. Apparently, there is like a shortage on space heaters in this region right now. So, it is cold out here in the shop. It is 48 degrees Fahrenheit right now. That's cold. Chilly out here, so I'm bundled up. I hate wearing a jacket indoors, but I hate like freezing my butt off even more. So we're gonna get through this. We're gonna finish up with this GM 6-cut, and then we'll get it apart if we've got time afterwards. And we're filling up to it. We may go over and code cut some keys. We'll see about that. We'll see about the timing. But anyway, good morning, everybody. We've got Rune, we've got Pocket Women, Starry Lock, Dennis, Ronald, Brian Field, good morning. Alpha Centauri, good morning. Let's see. Let's see what you guys are up to. Yeah, I didn't even get breakfast this morning, so breakfast of champions. I guess actually cold pizza would be breakfast of champions, but I didn't have pizza last night. I had chicken wings from the deli at the grocery store, and today, because I know I always mention it, but today's cooking project is actually going to be buffalo chicken wings. I've never really been a wing person. Just for whatever reason, I've never been big on chicken wings. Mainly because of the work involved, like the ratio of work involved to actual consumable food is, that's pretty out of balance for chicken wings. But I'm gonna give it a shot today. I've never made chicken wings before. I've got a really good recipe from America's Test Kitchen, which is where I get a lot of my recipes from, by the way. And so anyway, I'm gonna try making going to try making my own today. Let's see. Only about 26 degrees in your office, so freedom units. 78. Yeah, that's warm, Rune. That's warmer than what I keep it in my house. Let's see. No heaters in Texas either. Yeah, I bet they're all taken up, Brian. Yeah, y'all doing all right down there? I know it's warmed up, but hopefully everything's coming back online fairly well. Good morning, Fred. I know 48 degrees for Fred is not bad. Ronald's used to it as well. Yeah, hot wings. Let's see, Dennis, I am in North Carolina. So I'm southern, but we get a lot of interesting weather here. The saying in North Carolina is, if you don't like the weather, just wait a couple days and it will change. My family in California, they live in Southern California, and one of the things they were always kind of amazed about is they would say, well, you get all 4 seasons, don't you? And I said, yeah. And sometimes we get all 4 seasons in the same day. I've literally, in a 24-hour period, seen it go from snow to bright, warm sunshine to thunderstorms, back to a cool, brisk weather. So yeah, we get all 4 seasons here. Good morning, Miko. Let's see, 35 outside right now. Not complaining. Yeah, 35. If it was 35 outside here right now, we may not be having this live. Or I would have found a way to do it from the kitchen table. Yeah, let's see. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Brian, busted pipes. Yeah. I hate busted pipes. I still haven't fixed the water line coming out here to the shop. It busted January a year ago. It's just a PEX line that's ran out here to the shop and runs straight up. And anyway, the prior owner ran a larger diameter. I don't know, maybe what is it, like 1.25 inch diameter, maybe water line out here. And then it comes straight up, and he had a quarter turn valve for it, quarter turn shutoff valve that reduced into the like 3/4 inch tubing to come in here to the shop. And at that connection last year, it froze and popped off. Now I had everything dripping in here, but it still managed to freeze at that joint and pop off. And quite honestly, I've been too lazy to fix it. I mean, yes, right back here is a toilet and shower stall, and then of course we got the sink right over here. So it would come in handy out here, I guess. But I mean, the house is like 5 steps that way, so other than having the sink working, I'm really not missing it out here. So eventually one day though, I will get some of the PEX connectors and reconnect, probably like redo that whole connection. I like having the cutoff because then if something else freezes, I can just cut it off and not worry about it. But let's see, 35 degrees in Massachusetts. Wow. Yeah, yeah. Let's see. Good morning, Dana. 37 in Wisconsin. Okay. 28 in Iowa. Wow. Yeah, that's cold. Yes, Pocket Women. If we did the live from inside in the kitchen, we would most definitely get kitties. Kitties everywhere. Day before yesterday, I was leaving for work and I was on schedule to leave on time for me, to give me enough time to get what I need to get on the way to work and get there. And as I'm like getting dressed, I realize that the cats are out of dry food. They have dry food constantly, and they were hangry, hungry and angry. But they can survive. I'm gone about 10 and a half hours. They can go that long without some dry food. But when I came back, the cats had invaded my Ritz crackers stash that was on the kitchen counter. So yeah, I had to clean up a bunch of Ritz crackers. But yes, we would get cats. Good morning, Bears back. Let's see. Wow, room, that is an extreme temperature swing there. Yeah, Brian, is probably a very easy fix. I just like to make it complicated, and I procrastinate about things sometimes. So anyway, but yeah, I mean, I guess I could do it, but I just got to find a crimper tool, and in my mind, I can't justify spending, $60 or $70 on a crimper tool, just to fix the water line that one time when I really don't have any other PEX lines running anywhere. Let's see. Pocket Women, that sounds nice. We're supposed to get up to about that same temperature here today. It's rainy and overcast, but it's supposed to be warm today. Or supposed to warm up a little bit. Let's see. Good morning, Paul. Let's see. Good morning, James. G-Key Man. Yeah, Pocket Women, it was definitely a cat protest. And Rune, normally I'm pretty good at estimating the length of time that the bags of dry food will last. And I will, adjust accordingly. I just failed to do that this past week. Now my kitties do remind me, like you said, when it is below 60% full, they remind me. They've got gravity feeders, so I will shake it, tip it forward a little bit to where it'll shake down into the bowl, and that normally makes them happy. It was just a failure on my part. They did survive. Everybody was okay. And they got some canned food for their troubles. So, in the end, everybody worked out. Let's see. Ronald, I hadn't thought about renting one of those tools, actually. Um, that's a good idea. I've found one on Amazon that's only about 20 or 30 bucks. So I figure it would work like one time um and then be done maybe twice. So, you know, that's probably the course I'm going to take. Plus it comes with a bunch of the crimp connectors. So I'll probably do that. And I've got the previous owner was actually really generous and left a bunch of crap out here in the shop, and it's mostly all over on the other side. But in there were a bunch of connectors for that tubing, so I will probably just use that, and I'll use those and then repair what I've got left. Let's see. 30 kilos of dry food. Wow. Yeah. Cylinder holders. Thank you, Pocket Women. Yes, before we get started on this other, hang on just a second. Let me go. Hang on. I'll be right back. Alrighty. There's one. I think it's about time for another shop cleaning day, y'all. Let's see. There's one. Alrighty. Alright, so Pocket Women had a really interesting cylinder that she picked the other day. Looks like it was really kind of a bear to pick. But it had one of these cool cylinder holders like this on it, and so I wanted to do a quick show and tell about that. I told her to remind me about it. Let's look. Hang on a second. Got another variant on that somewhere over here. Or I did. Let's see. There we go. Alrighty, we're gonna look at a couple of these. Let me get the camera angled. You can see I've not done anything out here with this ignition lock since Wednesday. Pitbull is the cat of the dog world. Yeah, I met some pretty sweet pits in my life. All right, let's get zoomed in here. Okay, so this is what I'm talking about with a cylinder holder, where it can hold a key and knob cylinder in the lock housing, or in the lock mechanism. And normally here in the US, we'll find these with different deadbolts, or like this one's designed for deadbolt, or you could use it like in a rim cylinder type mount. But basically, you have the screws back here, and it holds it. Of course, you've got your interior part, and then the bolts run through and hold the cylinder in securely, and then you would just attach whatever actuator or tailpiece you have on the back of the key and knob cylinder. The cylinder converters. Then when it's mounted in there, you can use your key as normal. And what's really convenient about these is you can take any type of cylinder that you want. Just about. Sometimes they'll fit. Like here's a Scorpion cylinder, and it'll slide right in. And as long as the cylinder length is not prohibitive to your installation and what lock hardware you have in the door, you can put any type of cylinder in there. So you can use a high security cylinder with a fairly I don't want to say cheap, but you can convert whatever equipment you have to accept those cylinders. This one, I've had this one for a long time. Squint actually gave me this one. He sent it along with a challenge lock to me years ago. And back before I had my little bench vise, I was picking everything in hand. So whenever I would get a challenge lock that was built into a key and knob or key and lever cylinder, it was really, really difficult to pick that in hand. This made it a whole lot easier to where I could just slide that cylinder into it. Now see, like this Medeco won't slide in because the diameter of the cylinder housing is just a little bit wider than the diameter that's in here. So you can't do that always. But that's what these are for. And you can basically install what you need to in there. So this one came from Squint, and then these others I've picked up through other locks. I think Jason sent me one of these. Now this one here, you can see there's the difference where the retainer screw goes, and you can use that for a 5 or 6 pin cylinder, because obviously a 6 pin key and knob cylinder is going to be longer than a 5 pin version. They won't always fit, but you can. It's definitely worth a try. So see, there is this 5 pin Schlage cylinder in there, and the back of the Bible is flush with this lower screw, but you could slide it back out if it was pinned for 6, pull it back out, and it would leave about that much room. So you can put this screw in here as well and retain it. So that allows you to hold whatever cylinder you need to use in place. This one, I'm not sure what brand this one is, but it also has the same thing with the core retainer, where you can fit a 5 or 6 pin cylinder, and it's laid out just a little bit different. And of course has a bigger face on the front of it, so it would fit a different lock. But yeah, these are the cylinder holders, like I was talking about. And when you pick in hand, as far as lock sporting goes, when you pick in hand, something like this does make it a lot easier to manipulate your tensioner, and just makes it more comfortable. And we've seen recently, in recent years, people 3D printing devices just to be held in hand to pick with. It's very, very useful when you don't have one of these guys right here. I didn't have that hobby vise for a long time. I think I'd been picking for like almost a year before I got it. And of course it really changed, picking, because then you can, turn counterclockwise, obviously a whole lot easier. Let's see here. Yes, GK Man, I did watch Potty's video on that. So that's what we're going to look at next. But yeah, the cylinder holders, mostly for the Schlage clones, Schlage or the clone cores, like you said. But it's always handy to have a few around, in a few different styles. For instance, when I moved in my house and I first started to put the Schlage Everest cores on the doors, the first one I did it on was the side door, and I didn't have a full deadbolt setup. I hadn't bought one yet. So I used like a B160. I think Jeff Moss gave it to me. And I had to use this guy to sort of modify everything. And I had I used something like this, the shroud on the outside, and that's how it would fit in. And hold secure and protect the cylinder and the cylinder holder. And, I made it work for a little while. It wasn't the greatest in the world, but it worked. And then eventually I just broke down and bought actual Schlage B60 series deadbolts. Let's see. Should not be 5-pin cylinders in use. Yes, I agree with you, Rune. There shouldn't be, but unfortunately here in the U.S., that's probably never going to happen. Let's see. Yeah. Let's see. Wow, James. So you're saying, James, that I could get a stake printed, 3D printed in any shape? I don't know how I would like that. I mean, I know we're 3D printing a lot of stuff, and I really enjoy reading and hearing about the 3D metal printers. I think those are really cool. But unfortunately, the metals just that they have to use just aren't going to be sturdy enough for anything really to use every day. But let's see. Yeah. Yeah, that 3D printing food, just sort of the same reason why you have to, like, give yourself a mental block on chicken McNuggets from McDonald's. Or any preformed chicken products, which is why I don't eat preformed chicken products. And anytime I want to gross somebody out, I will I will explain to them in great detail how chicken nuggets are made. Because I always say, well, when you look at a live chicken, where do you see the nuggets exactly? Yes, Dana, I agree. Just they just need to stop messing with our food. Really. All right, so let's get to this guy. Tuesday is when I got this lock and had to explore it. G Keyman, Night Owl, and who else was here Wednesday? I can't remember. Anyway, it was a group effort to educate me about these, because I had never explored an ignition lock or anything automotive before. So in order to access the sidebar, because these are sidebar locks, and in order to access them, you either have to shim down around this collar here and go down and kind of angle in and then angle down to apply pressure to the sidebar. Or if you get it removed, you drill a hole right here and use a pokey tool to put pressure on the sidebar. I got it picked. It's locked back right now, but I couldn't get it disassembled. So, G Keyman, he sent me the link. Night Owl sent me the link, and I had actually watched the link to Potty 314's video before I started that live Wednesday, and the way that he disassembled it was he put the key in there and turned it, and then from this hole you knock out this little half moon retainer, and then you're able to pull it out. Well, I tried knocking that through every which way, and it just wouldn't happen. So let's get this picked. And a couple people commented and asked if I had picked it to accessory. Well, it's been a few years since I've owned a vehicle this old. This lock would have been in, actually this lock or one exactly like it would have been in my very first car, which was an 87 Pontiac Firebird. It wasn't anything special, but it was my first car, It was given to me. And so anyway, it would have been in there, and I've forgotten in the years since then that the accessory position is actually counterclockwise. I was picking it clockwise, but accessory would be where you turn the key towards you. Like, it would be mounted here in the vehicle. To start, you would turn it all the way forward. There would be spring pressure from the switch in the back, and you hold it, and then once the engine started, you let go, and it comes back to the run position. Accessory is counterclockwise, however. Hit it with a big hammer. Yeah? Yeah. We could try hitting it with a hammer. In fact, I think we probably will if we can't get it. I want to pick this thing, and it's really not difficult at all to pick once you get pressure on the sidebar. And I just raked it, and I don't know if you were able to see that or not, but the, let's see, no, that light's on. My little pokey tool went in just slightly, and you have to turn, push in and turn. Let's see. Let's pull that out just a little bit here. Do that again. So let's push in. I don't know if that's going to affect removing this thing. There we go. See, I can push in. Lost it there. Okay. You can see I turned it that way, so it's unlocked. That would be the start position. That didn't feel right. It's all gummy now. Hope I didn't mess something up in there. That just didn't feel right when I turned it. Okay. All right, so I was pushing. I guess I had the vise tightened down too hard. All right, that's what that was. Okay, now it's going again. Whew, okay. All right, push down on the sidebar. We're gonna rake it through. Now it won't turn backwards. Won't turn counterclockwise, which is weird. Because I can do that and it'll turn clockwise just fine. We'll do that. But it won't turn counterclockwise. So that's interesting. Let's see. Let me get it the other way, and then we'll start tapping it with things. Let's look at the comments real quick. I can't believe it's not a burger thing from Burger King. Fred, say that like 5 times fast out loud. That's a tongue twister there. Yeah, it isn't meat. I don't know. Yeah. Good morning, Torch. Glad you're here. Good morning, Gumby. You made it on a Saturday morning. Wow. All right, so let's get this thing back to picked. I can get this vise thingamajig to cooperate with me. And that won't do it. Just had it. think we've got it. There we go. Why? Why? Is that not turning? Just had it. Y'all just saw it. Nothing feels different. Maybe I had the pokey tool in the wrong spot. No, Torch, I'm not able to turn it counterclockwise. Like, I'll get it picked. That's what I was just doing. Like, okay. Right now I'm not able to get it picked the other way either, which is weird. There we go. There we go. We'll shed some light on the situation here. Okay. All right. Why is that not? Wondering why this thing is suddenly not wanting to cooperate. Maybe I'm pinching it in the wrong spots. Let's try this. It feels like the sidebar is setting. Move it back up here. Okay. I don't know what's going on with this daggone thing now. Let's see. No, Miko, I actually don't have a plug spinner, but I don't think that would work with this. And Fred, I tried Jiggler keys Wednesday and can't get anything done with those. See, the sidebar, I mean, turning it like this, it feels normal. I just wonder, pushing it in like this, I wonder if I need to drill some more. Maybe I'm not holding my mouth right when I pick it. Let me try one more, because y'all literally just saw me pick it and turn it. See, give it a shot of spray. I think we'll do that. This is my shop can of Houdini. We'll see if that, maybe a squirt of juice will help it out. Certainly makes everything a little more responsive. Okay. I wonder if I'm going to have to drill another hole, only with this pushed in, to where I can access the sidebar. Isn't this a cool camera view? There we go. If, like, you can see when I push that in, either push it in and then drill through that, or drill another hole right next to it just to widen it. But that does not explain why I was able to pick it and turn it just a few moments ago without any issue. Unless if I jammed something up in there. Let's see, let's look. Hey, Jeff, good morning. But I think it came out of an old GM van. I was thinking originally it might have been a Tahoe, but I don't believe that's the case. Let me shoot. Of course, I put my hammer back out in the bag, which is out in the car, and I don't want to go all the way out there. So let's see if we can freehand this a little bit. Yeah, there we go. Alrighty. I'm going to do another hole just right next to this one. Those are very pretty shavings. I don't think I'm making any headway with this, though. Look at how pretty. Just neat. Satisfying. Now we dump them in the trash. Yeah, I wasn't going far enough. Let me see what... Let me see if I can't just get it picked again. Let's see. No, GQ Man, I did not get that plate out of the side. Watching Potty's video, you have to turn this. He had the key when he turned it. But no. Let's see. Sure, it's 6-cut, not double-sided. No, there's absolutely nothing. Like when I go in here, there's absolutely nothing on this side. It is all strictly on this side. And like I keep saying, I just had it. Maybe I wasn't getting it set all the way or something. Let's see. Okay. Just won't turn. That's the kicker of it. Okay, so that's fairly neutral right there. And I know I'm putting pressure on the sidebar because when I pick, like just that, just now, my pokey tool went down. I don't think I broke anything off in there. When I pull that pokey tool out, that even after I start to turn it, something may be jamming up the sidebar. Wow. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, the G key man, the metal piece holding it in there, Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, and this lock is being difficult today. It wasn't being difficult the other day. It wasn't being difficult when I first mounted it up this morning either. Time for the hammer. It may be time for the hammer. See, let me make sure I'm down in there just right. Maybe I'm screwed up the way I'm putting pressure on that sidebar. See if we can take a look here. Seems to me like down in that hole, sorry, I'm seeing some copper down in there. Y'all see that? I'm wondering if I sprung a spring. Maybe that's what jammed me up earlier. Let's try. Doing this. Gumby, I've been told that I have the patience of an oak tree. Sometimes, however, that patience does wind down to the patience of a pine tree in a thunderstorm in a forest full of beetles. Let's go a little bit more with this hole. May not be accomplishing a daggone thing by drilling this second hole. But we're going to give it a shot anyway. Okay, that definitely hit a nerve. Okay. Felt the sidebar set with that. Still is not turning. Maybe hammer time, y'all. Let's see if look at all the gunk spewed over there. Hey, Anthony. Good morning. Confucius. Yes. Confucius. All right, what time are we going? Ooh, we're after 11. We may have to Peter Jackson this one and turn it into 3. Okay, so looking down in here, I think I have managed to drill through the sidebar. Just a wild guess, but that's what it's looking like to me. Let me see. Let's see if we can test that theory. That there. Which, of course, drilling through the sidebar was not part of the plan. And it's like it releases now whenever I push it in. So there it's pushed in. I'm holding it with something, with the pokey tool. Slipped in the vise. You know, there is this roll pin back here. I wonder if that needs to be removed. What do y'all think? Does that need to come out? I wonder if I can get something to grab it. I'm going to have to run out and grab my magic bag of tricks, y'all. I hate getting metal shavings everywhere. Oh well. Like I said, another shot cleaning day is coming up. Let me go run and get my bag of tricks and I'll be right back. See if we can get something to pull this little roll pin out. Stop! Hammer time! Okay. No, it was just for the end piece you removed. You're still... Okay. So that ain't gonna do nothing, is it? Alright. Well, when in doubt, hit it with a hammer. And yes, Rune, I will definitely clean the shop floor before Socks comes back out. Let's see. Really don't have a smaller punch. Let's see how far we can get with this. GQ man, did you have to unlock yours before you were able to remove that? Because I'm not getting anywhere with it. But I know on Potty's video, he had to actually turn it, like he used the key and turned it to unlock it, and then he was able to punch that out. That ain't budging at all. Yeah, that ain't even starting to budge there. Let's see. Dremel with a cutting wheel. Yeah. Probably. I'd like to get it. Yeah, Dennis, I know I picked it before, and I can feel... That's the weird thing, as to why is this whole thing... I think I see some springs in there, so I wonder if I managed to... Wonder if I managed to booger something up in there. Wouldn't be a surprise. I'm looking with this other light here. So I can see this inner cylinder, that what you see moving back and forth. I can see that inside moving around. Like you said, I mean, I picked it earlier. Just picked it earlier this morning, and it moved. Maybe I should have quit while I was ahead then. Y'all help me remember that next time. Quit while I'm ahead. Nothing on the sidebar there. Okay. Pokey tool went down. It's like I can't keep pressure on the sidebar anymore when I'm pushing this in. I don't want it quite that far back. Put it there. Okay. Yours doesn't have the metal plate. Okay. Yeah, and if I'm seeing springs, I know that's not good. I've done spilled the milk or something on this. We're going to give this a couple more tries. I'm feeling each individual wafer in there while pushing down with the pokey tool. Feels like everything let's see. When in doubt, dynamite. Yes. We might do that next. I don't happen to have any dynamite with me at the moment, but yeah, I think I am seeing springs. And based on Potty's video, because he's done, his is the video we all keep referring back to. You have to get this turned. No pressure on the sidebar that way. Just try and, there we go. There's something from that hole finally. Y'all, I may wind up having just to cut this thing apart. Taking the Dremel and just cutting that off of there. I really don't want to, but in order to figure out what the heck is going on in there. So, I mean, again, I'm seeing movement down in there when I push on it, but I don't get how I was able to do it before, and I cannot get it to do again. Right there I can tell by picking and raking on the wafers that I've got pressure with the pokey tool on the sidebar. Yeah, G came in. I think I may have, with this second hole, I think I may have drilled through the sidebar. I mean, I'm not sure. Okay. Let's see. Turning, pushing in. Nothing. Let's see. Yes, Bear's back. I broke it. And I just got it Wednesday. Patience and use the force. Yes. Like I said, my oak tree-like patience is turning into pine tree patience. Well, I think I'm just going to have to cut this away. And I'm not going to do that right now because it's almost 11:30. Jason is ready when Tim gives up. Thanks, Rune. And, I'm not going to, even though we've got the lights in our eyes right now, I'm not going to torture y'all anymore with this. It's really frustrating when you get something and then you cannot reproduce it. That's just... that's got me frustrated now. So I'm thinking definitely I will wind up cutting away the side of that lock just to get at the mechanism. Just so I can see what's going on inside there, because trying to punch out that one block in there is not doing anything. I mean, unless if I can find a smaller nail, because I don't have a punch that small. All my punches taper. I'll figure something out. Because I may have a few tools I can modify to go in there. Now, one time I turned it, though, this morning, when y'all saw me turn it, and I said, well, that didn't feel right, and I thought it was the pressure from the vise. I wonder if I did actually yank something around in there and break it. So yeah, I think this will be a Dremel tool project. Just to slice away, if anything, just to slice away the edge here. Like maybe just from, right along here back over to right along here, just to see what's going on inside of there, so I can figure it out. I mean, that's the only way we learn, is to take stuff apart and see what's going on inside of it. Yeah, G-Key, man. Yeah, I don't know what the heck I did. Honestly, I don't. Yeah, Rune, I know I can get another ignition lock from the person I got this from. Actually, it's like I was saying Wednesday. He's actually one of our administrators that oversees vehicle maintenance for my agency. So, plus he has a vehicle garage set up at his house. And I know he's got plenty of these that he could get. Or if I come out there, I could probably harvest from some of his junkers that he's got. Yep, bear spec, it wasn't so much that I couldn't pick it, because, I'm putting pressure on the sidebar with the pokey tool, and every time I would rake, I would feel the pokey tool go down, and it would set. Like, I could feel it set in there. So I know I was picking the wafers. It was just a matter of the fact that you have to push this guy in, push the face of this in after you get it picked, and then turn it. Which somehow or another I managed to do. It just stopped working that way today. So I know I was getting it picked, I just wasn't able to open it. Yeah, that makes sense, I guess. Let's see. Yeah, Gumby, I've been able to take apart lots of things and never get it back together too. All right, James, we'll see you. Okay, Rune. Yeah, if I Dremel this, then I will definitely be nice and mute the audio. And yeah, some of the shavings might have caught in the gates. So I imagine we're just gonna have to do a lock topsy. So I guess that'll be the plan for Wednesday. I am not cutting keys on this live because it is 11:30. We got 30 minutes till Jason goes live. I am going to stay out here in the shop for a little while. I'll bring my lunch out here and eat because I didn't have a chance to eat breakfast this morning. So, anywho, I appreciate everybody coming out again today. Appreciate, y'all hanging in here and everything. I will promise not to touch this until Wednesday. And in the meantime, I hope everybody is going to have a great weekend. Everybody is having a great weekend, I hope. And I will be back on Wednesday. Should be. I have no reason to think that I won't be back on Wednesday at this point. But we can Peter Jackson this thing and get 3 episodes out of it. But yeah, we'll get it out. Let's see. Yeah, pocket women lock topsy does sound painful. I will mute the audio though to spare y'all. But basically I'll just bring out the Dremel and a cutoff wheel and we'll slice right through it. Dennis, normally on Wednesdays, I try to start about 10 a.m. Eastern time on Wednesdays. Sometimes a little bit later. Wednesdays are kind of a looser constriction than Saturdays because Saturdays, it's not just me who's live doing lock stuff. Jason at SE Lock and Key, he starts at... he'll actually be starting in about 25 minutes now. So yeah, generally around 10 a.m. is when I like to get started. But it may be a little bit later than that. So let's see. Yeah, we'll see everybody over at Jason's live. I will stop in for a while, or at least have it playing here in the shop. And I will be cutting some keys and eating some lunch. So anyway, I appreciate everybody again. Thank you all for your support. Thank you all for checking in. I know it's been kind of wild for me the last couple weeks, but should be getting back to normal. And let's see, it should be this within the next week or two that I find out about the budget for the daytime job, and that will determine kind of what happens next and when. But anyway, yeah, we'll still be here no matter what happens. We'll be here. Thank you again. Thank you all for being here, chiming in, giving me advice, helping me out, encouragement, giving me immoral support when I need it. And anyway, so we're going to go ahead and wind it up. We'll see if we can get out of here with the classic outro. But remember, stay safe, stay healthy, stay happy.